Lakshmi Prasanna, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. In this session, we will discuss about some assembly language programs, like how to perform the multi-byte addition, multi-byte subtraction, and how to calculate the sum of squares by using 8086 microprocessor. So generally, in order to write an assembly language programs, here the instruction set and addressing modes of that particular target microprocessor plays the major role. Here the assembly language program is a low level language. So we are going to write the programs by using mnemonics, which will be easily understandable by the user. Because in order to calculate the machine codes for the instruction, and then if we want to write, it is a very difficult task. So that's why here we will write the assembly language program simply by using the mnemonics, which is easily understandable by the user. So first we will discuss about the multi-byte addition program. So generally here multi-byte, that means whatever the input we are considering, that input size is of byte size. That means it consists of only 8 bits. And the number of inputs we can take is multiple inputs. So we can take here multiple inputs, but each input size should be byte size only. So in order to perform the addition operation, we have to use proper instructions. So for example, let us consider here the example. So here to perform a multi-byte addition, we need to take more number of inputs. So if we wanted to take each input in each register, it is not possible in 8086 microprocessor. Why? Because the registers that are available in the register organization of 8086 microprocessor is less. So that is why in order to give more number of inputs, we need to go for the memory location. So that is why we can give multiple inputs by using the memory location. Here, in order to perform any addition operation, we should use the inputs. Some input should be stored in A, some input should be stored in B. And the inputs that are stored in the two variable should be added, and the result that is going to produce should be again placed in another location. So this is for one input. So in the same way, if we wanted to perform the addition operation for multiple inputs, it become like A1 plus B1 will be stored in C1, and A2 plus B2 should be stored in C2 location. In the same way, since it is multiple inputs, the inputs may be multiple. Consider here n number of inputs. So An plus Bn should be stored in Cn. So in order to perform this A1 should be kept in one register. This B1 should be kept in another register. After addition, the result should be stored in another register. So if we want to perform the addition operation for single input, here 3 registers are required. So in this case, if we want to perform the addition operation for multiple inputs, more number of registers are required. But here in 8086 microprocessor, there are less number of registers, which is not possible to write the program for multi-byte addition using registers. So we have to use the memory location. Okay. So for example here, let us consider generally while taking more number of inputs, we will call it as a string. Okay. So when you are giving inputs string type, you have to consider the registers like SI and DI. So SI and DI. So SI represents source index and DI represents destination index. So here this SI along with this SI. So in SI we can give one set of inputs. So all A inputs can be stored in this SI. In order to give the set of inputs like B inputs, you have to use one more register which is suitable for string operations. So we are using here BX register. So using this SI and BX register, initialize them with one value handled by a memory location. After performing the addition operation, the result will be stored in this destination index register. So here this SI, BX, DI, all these registers are 16-bit registers. So let us consider one example. So here consider this is a SI, what you are initializing with a value 2000, and here consider BX, you are going to, let us for example, you are initializing this BX register with the 4000 value, and in order to see the addition output, consider here this is a DI, destination index register. Destination means output. So here let us see, for example, 3000 is the value which will be loaded into DI register. So SI, BX, DI, all these are 16-bit registers. So into these registers, 16-bit values will be moved. And so here we can consider some data, whereas this 2000 is a memory location, and this 4000, it is also memory location, and this 3000 is also memory location. And for all these memory locations, you can give some inputs. So for example, consider in the 2000 we are giving 13, and in 4000 we are giving 10. Multi-byte. So the input size should be byte size only. After performing the addition operation between this 13 and 10 values which are stored in the 2000 and 4000 locations, the result will be stored in this 3000 memory location, output memory location. So here you will get the output. Here 13 plus 10, the output will be 23. So that 23 value will be stored in this 3000 location. And so in order to perform the addition operation between this 13 and 10, we have to use the instruction called ADD, addition operation. Now, so here multi-byte. So in order to take more number of inputs, first one we have taken from 2000. Next input we have to take from 2001 and 4001. After performing the addition operation between these two, it should be stored in 3001. So let us consider here 14 and the input is 11. After performing the addition operation, the result will be 25. It will be stored in the 3001. Now here from the value 2000 to 2001, in order to increase the value of SI from 2000 to 2001, we have to use the instruction called INC. INC represents increment. Increment the value or increment the content by 1. Okay. So like that, how many inputs we want, you can take in that particular memory location, and those input after addition, they will be stored in the output location DI, which were initialized to DI. So this is the basic example. Similarly here, to take the input from 4001, you have to use the instruction INC. Okay, INC, what value? BX value. So increment BX we have to write. And similarly, in order to store the output in 3001, you have to write here increment DI. So we have to use the instructions properly in order to perform that proper operation. And so let us write an assembly language program to perform the multi-byte addition operation. Now, so the first instruction is move SI, 2000. When this instruction is executed, the contents of, the value 2000 will be loaded into SI register, or the value 2000 will be moved into SI register. Now, the value of SI will be 2000. So in this 2000, we can take input, one input. And next move DI comma 3000. So it represents the 3000 value will be moved into DI register. So DI register means destination index register, where we can see the output. And so in this SI, we can have all the inputs related to A and all the inputs related to B. In order to give with the help of memory, you have to use the base register. So move BX comma 4000. It represents the value 4000 will be moved into BX register. Now, so move CL comma 04. So what it represents here, the value 04 will be moved into CL register. So here, what is this 4 means? So here we are performing multi-byte addition operation. So here multi-byte means how many number of inputs we are taking should be loaded into this CL register. So here you are taking 4 value into the CL register. So it means you can take 4 number of inputs. 4 number of inputs can be added. So generally this CL, it represents counter register. That counter register will hold the value related to how many number of inputs we can take or how many number of times the loop should be repeated. Okay, how many number of times the shift operation should be performed. So the count value will be carried with the help of this CL register. So here we have taken 4. So we can perform the addition operation for 4 inputs. So if you wanted to increase the addition operation for more number of inputs, we can change the value 4. And next one is move AL comma SI. So in this, if you observe here, SI is kept in the brackets here. Okay. So if SI is not kept in the brackets, it means the value of SI will be moved into AL. Okay. The value of SI is here 2000. So 2000 will be moved into AL. But here there are brackets represented. Okay. So what it means here, the content of SI will be loaded into AL. So the content of SI will be loaded into AL. Okay. So here the value of SI is 2000. The content present in this 2000 location will be moved into AL. So let us consider here, for example, this is a SI having memory location and this SI is considered as input. And next one is BX register carrying some memory location and it is also handling another input. And next register is DI register, destination index. It is also initialized to some memory location handling the output value. So if you see here, this is the memory location. Let us assume the SI value is initialized to 2000 here. And next BX value here, it is initialized to 3000. So memory location is 3000. And DI is 3000 here. Sorry, BX is 4000. And here DI is 3000. This is what we have initialized. Now, let us consider here there is an input 13 and 11 present in this 2000 and 4000 location. So, when this move AL comma SI instruction is executed, the content present in this SI location will be loaded into AL. So, here SI is present 2000. So, the content present in this 2000 location is 13. So, the content present in this 2000 location is 13. That 13 value will be loaded into accumulator. Next, So add AL comma BX. So here also this BX is kept in the brackets. So what it represents here, add the data which is present in AL along with the content present in BX. Up to now, the value of BX is 4000. So it represents here the content of AL will be added with the content of BX. Okay. So here present the value of AL is 13 plus. So here BX present the value of BX is 4000. So the value present in this 4000 location, it is 10. So here BX is handling the value 10, and after performing the addition operation 13 plus 10, it gives the value 23. So add destination comma source is the general format. After performing this addition operation, the result will be stored in the destination. So here in place of destination, there is a register AL. So it will be stored in AL register. Now the value of AL is 23. And next one, move DI comma AL. So here also DI is kept in the brackets. Okay. So here move DI comma AL means the content present in this AL register, the data which is present in this AL register will be moved to DI location. So here what is there in the AL register? 23. So the value 23 will be moved into DI. Okay. So here what is DI present? DI is 3000. So this value will be moved into 3000 location. So here there is a 3000 location. It will be handled with a value 23. So this is the one input addition operation. And in order to take the next inputs, what we have to do means we have to make this 2000 as 2001 and this 4000 as 4001 and this 3000 as 3001. That means we have to increment the value of SI, we have to increment the value of BX, and to store the result, we have to increment the value of DI. That is why we have to write the instruction increment SI. So SI value will be incremented by 1. So previously SI value is 2000. So it becomes 2001. And increment BX. So increment BX means the value of BX will be incremented by 1. So previously the value of BX is 4000. So it becomes 4001. And next one is increment DI. So here the value of DI will be incremented by 1. Previously the value of DI was 3000. It will be incremented by 1 means it becomes 3001. Now, in order to perform the same operation, no need to write the same set of lines like move AL comma SI, add AL comma BX, move DI comma AL again in the program. Unnecessary. Same set of lines can be, no need to write the same set of lines. So instead of that, we can repeat the same instructions by writing the loop. So here, next one is decrement CL. So CL value will be decremented by 1. So anywhere, the value of CL will be decremented by 1 after performing one operation. So previously, one input addition operation has been completed. So in order to take the next input addition operation, we have to decrement the value of CL. So the value of CL will be decremented by 1. Previously it is 4. Now if it is decremented by 1, it becomes 3. Like that for each addition operation, the counter value will be decremented by 1. At last it becomes 0 after all inputs addition operation is completed. And next instruction is JNZ up. So this up is a label saying the control where it has to move. So this JNZ instruction represents jump if not 0. Which one is not 0? Here we have written the instruction just after this decrement CL instruction. So this condition is related to the condition of the previous instruction. So JNZ means jump if not 0. Jump if this CL value is not 0. Okay. So here JNZ up means jump if CL is not 0. Anyway, here CL is 3. It is not 0. So the control will be going to the label up. So if the control goes to the label up, again the same set of instructions will be repeated. So if same set of instructions repeats, what happens means here if it goes to up, move AL comma SI operation is performed. It means the contents of SI will be moved into AL. Present SI value is 2001. So the value which is present in this 2001 location, so consider here 14 and this is 11. So the content present in this 2001 is 14. It will be moved into AL and add AL comma content of BX. It means here add content of AL. Now it is 14 with the content of BX. Present here BX value is 4001. So the input here in 4001 is 11. So the 11 will be added and it will be stored in AL register. So totally it is 25. So here the result which is present in AL here will be moved into DI. So present here the DI value is 3001. Okay. So here into 3001 the value which is present in AL here it is 25. So this 25 will be moved into this 3001 location. Okay. Now again here increment SI. Again the value of SI will be incremented by 1. So from 2001 it becomes 2002. And increment BX. So the value of BX will be incremented by 1. So from 4001 it becomes 4002. And here increment DI. So the value of DI will be incremented by 1. Previously it is 3001. Now it becomes 3002. Okay. So like that again all of them will be incremented. And this is 3002. So all the locations will be incremented and whatever the inputs are there for the same number of inputs, again decrement CL operation is performed. For now the CL value will be decremented by 1. Okay. So if it is not 0, again JNZ up, the label will be keep on repeating and it will be continued up to this value CL becomes 0. Once if the value of CL becomes 0, the next instruction will be executed, that is INT 03. So INT 03 is an interrupt which represents the breakpoint, or we can say end of the program. End of the program. So like this, for how many number of inputs we want to perform, we can perform for so many inputs. So we have to specify the number of inputs by using this CL register. Now, so this is the observation table we have to maintain for that particular multi-byte addition program. So here we have considered the value of SI from 2000. It is a memory location. So here the data what you are taking is an input. Byte size we have to take each input, and this is the memory location, another memory location to hold the value of BX. And in BX also we have to give some set of inputs. And here in the memory location, this is the output column. Here we will have DI and we will have the output data. So the output data will also be of byte size. So let us consider here in 2000, we have the inputs 13, 14, 15 and 16. So all of them are byte size only. In another memory location BX, we can take another set of inputs, that is 10, 11, 12 and 13. Now, after performing the addition operation in the destination index, that is output location, we will get the value 23, 25, 27 and 29. After performing the 13 and 10 addition, we will get 23. So since in the CL register we have taken only 4, we can perform only the addition operation for 4 inputs. Similarly, for multi-byte subtraction also. So in order to perform the subtraction operation, we have to consider the same thing, some set of inputs in the SI. So here in the SI location, so SI should be initialized with some location same as the previous program. To perform for multi-byte addition also, we have to use the SI, BX and DI registers, because in order to take multiple inputs, you can initialize this SI value with 2000 and another set of inputs BX, and we can initialize this BX register with 4000. And to see the output after performing the subtraction operation, you have to use the DI register for output. So we can initialize same as the previous example. We can initialize the value of DI as 3000. So you can consider here some set of inputs like 13, 10. Okay. After performing the subtraction operation, how the subtraction operation will perform means the contents of source will be subtracted from the contents of destination. So in order to perform this subtraction operation, we have to use the instruction SUB instead of ADD. So in the previous program for performing the multi-byte addition, we have used the instruction ADD. But now in order to perform the subtraction operation, same ADD instead of ADD instruction, we have to use the instruction SUB, which perform the subtraction operation. So subtraction operation means the contents of source will be subtracted from the contents of destination. So after performing this subtraction operation, that is 13 minus 10, the result is 0, 3. So it will be stored in the DI register. So here also multi-byte subtraction. So you can take multiple inputs. So in order to take the next input, what we have to do means we have to increment the value of SI. So we have to use INC SI instruction in the program. Then we have to increment the value of BX. So increment BX instruction should be used. And next, increment the value of DI. So here, increment DI instruction should be used. So after performing the subtraction operation for each input, we have to decrement the value of CL. So what is the CL register means? Counter register, which handles the value, which shows how many number of inputs we can take. So for example, if this INC SI instruction is performed, then the value of SI will be incremented by 1. If this increment BX instruction is performed, the value of BX will be incremented by 1. If increment DI instruction is performed, the value of DI will be incremented by 1. So if these locations are incremented by 1, the subtraction operation will be performed between the inputs present in this location. So let us consider the content present in this location is 14 and 11. So if the subtraction operation is performed, the result will be 0, 3. So like this, the subtraction operation will be performed between multiple inputs. So but how many inputs we are taking, we have to represent in the CL register. Now we will see the multi-byte subtraction assembly language program here. So here, what is the first step means we have to initialize the memory locations for 3 variables, that is for 2 inputs and to store the output. So to store the input, move SI comma 2000. That means here the value 2000 will be moved into SI register. And the next one is move DI comma 3000. 3000 value will be moved into DI register. And move BX comma 4000. So 4000 value will be moved into BX register. So here this SI, it is stored input. This BX is used to store the input only, but here DI, it is used to store the output value. And next one is move CL comma 04. That means the value 04 will be loaded into CL register. So here also, since the value here it is taken as 4, the subtraction operation, you can take 4 number of inputs. And move AL comma SI. So here this SI register, it is kept in the bracket. So it represents that the content present in this SI register will be moved into AL. So let us take for example, so this is the SI and it is initialized with the memory location 2000 and you can take some data in this, and next input is BX. So BX is initialized with 4000 where you can take another input, and last one register to see the output, it is DI where you can see the output. So let us consider here DI, it is 3000. So here the contents that are present, for example, take 13 and 10. So if you take these 13 and 10, so the content present in SI will be loaded into AL. So present here, the value of SI is 2000. So the fresh value will be stored in the memory. So the content of SI will be loaded into AL, moved into AL register. So in SI there is 13. So 13 will be moved into AL register. Next, SUB AL comma BX. So here BX is kept in the brackets. So it represents the subtraction operation will be performed between the contents of AL and BX, and the result will be stored in AL register. That means here AL minus BX. The result will be stored in AL. Okay. So here present value of BX is 4000. So here AL is 13 minus, so the data which is present in this BX 4000 location, it is 10. So 13 minus 10, here the value is 03. So that value will be stored in this AL register. And move DI comma AL. That means the value which is present in this AL register will be moved into DI location. So here the value is 03 present in AL. So the value 03 will be moved into DI. So present here DI is 3000. So this will be moved into 3000 location. And so one input subtraction operation is completed, and in order to take the next inputs, because here we have specified number of inputs are 4. So in order to take the next input, you have to go for 2001 and here 4001 and 3001. So you have to use the instruction increment SI, increment BX and increment DI. So it says the value of SI will be incremented by 1. So previously it is 2000. Now it becomes 2001. And increment BX, Previously the value of bx is 4000. Now the value of bx becomes 4001. And increment di. So the value of di will be incremented by 1. So it becomes 3001. So in order to perform the same operation, counter will be decremented by 1. Decrement CL. So the value of CL will become 0, 3. Previously it is 4. Decremented by 1. In order to take the next input and perform the same operation, we have to write a loop here. So J and Z up. So J and Z represents jump if not 0. So jump if not 0 means we have written this jump instruction, that is conditional branch instruction, soon after this instruction. So jump if not 0 means this condition is applied for a result based on the previous instruction. So CL has become 3, not 0. So jump if not 0, yes, CL is not 0, it goes to the label up. So here CL is not 0. So it goes to the label up. That means the control will move to here again. So if the control moves here, all these instructions will be executed one more time. How many times it will be executed? Until counter becomes 0. When the counter becomes 0 means after performing the subtraction operation for the 4 inputs, the counter will be decremented by 1. At last it becomes 0. So if the same loop repeats, what happens means move AL comma content of SI. Present the value of SI is 2001 because processor will execute instructions in the sequential order. So the value of SI is 2001. So whatever the data is present in 2001, let us consider here there is 14, 11. Okay. So here whatever the data present in 2001 means that is 14. It will be moved into AL register. Now AL is having the fresh data, that is 14, not 13. And subtract AL comma BX. So here for the next instruction, the content of AL and BX will be subtracted. So AL is having 14 and here BX, so present the value of BX is 4001. In 4001 there is a value 11. Minus operation, subtraction operation we will perform and the result will be stored in this AL register. So it is AL. So the value here after performing the addition operation 03 will be there. So 03 will be stored in this AL register. And the next instruction is move DI comma AL. So the value 03 which is present in AL register will be moved into this DI. So here this 03 value will be moved into DI. So present here DI value, it is 3001. So this 03 will be moved into 3001 location. Okay. So counter will be decremented by 1 again. So it becomes 0, 2. And since again it is not 0, the control will go to the label up and again same set of instructions will be repeated until all the inputs are completed. So once if the counter becomes 0, next INT03 instruction will be executed. So this INT03 instruction says end of the program. So like this, the multi-byte subtraction operation will be performed. So for the inputs what we have taken in the example, if you write in the observation table, so this is the memory location for SI, one set of inputs, and here you have to take the input data which is of byte size, and this is another memory location which is BX, another input we can take here, and this is the memory location DI which can handle the output, subtraction output. So in 2000, we can take some inputs like 13, 14, 15 and 16. And in 4000 location, we can take another set of inputs like 10, 11, 12 and 13. After performing the subtraction operation, the result will be stored in DI. So 16 minus 13, it is 03. So this is how we have to write the assembly language program to perform the multi-byte subtraction operation. And next one is sum of squares. So here we need to take some numbers and we have to perform the sum of squares operation. So for example, how many numbers we have to take, that value should be loaded into CL register. So for example, if you wanted to perform sum of squares, that means we have to take numbers, square numbers, okay, and we have to perform the sum operation between them. So in order to make a square operation means 4 square means 4 into 4. Okay. So in order to perform that, you have to use the instruction called MUL. And sum of squares means here we have to do the summing operation between them. Addition operation. So in the program, we have to use the instruction called ADD. So in order to perform this operation, let us see how we have to write the assembly language program. And so here the first instruction is move BL comma 00. Okay. So here the value 00 will be loaded into BL register. And move SI comma 2000. Here also sum of squares means we are taking some set of inputs. So since you are taking more number of inputs, you have to use the memory location. So you have to go for using this index registers. So the value 2000 will be moved into SI register. And move CL comma 04. That means only for 4 numbers we are going to perform the sum operation. So here the value of CL will be loaded with a value 4. And move AL comma SI. So let us consider here SI is 2000 having some inputs. So let us consider here there is an input 1. Okay. So move AL comma 2000 means the content present in this SI location. See here brackets are there. So it represents the content present in this 2000 location will be moved into AL because the SI value is present 2000. So the content present in 2000 location will be moved into AL. So what is there in the 2000 location? 1. So that 1 value will be moved into AL register. And next instruction is mul AL. So if you write the instruction mul AL, we know what is the operation that will be performed. That means here AL into AL operation will be performed. And the result will be stored in AX register. This is the operation for mul AL instruction. And if it is executed, so what it represents here, AL is 1 and 1. Okay, so 1 into 1 is nothing but 1 square. Okay, so here 1 into 1, the value will be 1. It will be loaded into AX register. And add BL comma AL. So addition operation will be performed between the contents of BL comma AL, because what we have to do means 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square we have to perform. Okay. So here to perform this add operation for the first number, so 1 square has come here. So in order to perform for the first number, that is why we have to move this 00 value into BL register. So add BL comma AL means the value of BL is 0 and the value of AL present here it is 1. Addition operation is performed and the result will be stored in BL. So the value of BL is 0, 1 present, not 0, 0. and increment SI. So what is the purpose of incrementing SI means in order to take the next input. So increment SI means the value of SI will be incremented by 1. So previously it is 2000. It will become now 2001. So let us consider here another input is there, that is 2 and decrement CL. So since we have taken 4 inputs, one input square has been completed. So in order to take the next input, we have to decrement the value of CL. So the CL value will become 0, 3. And next one is JNZ up. So JNZ means jump if not 0. That means if CL value is not 0, go to the label up. Okay. So here jump if not 0, go to the label up means again the same set of instructions will be repeated. So move AL comma content of SI. So present the value of SI is 2001. So the value present in the 2001 location is 2. So the value 2 will be moved into AL register. And after that, the next instruction is mul AL. Again, AL into AL operation will be performed. So AL is present 2. 2 into 2 operation is performed and the result will be stored in AX register. That means here 4. Now, next one is add BL comma AL. Here the value of BL is 0, 1. Okay. So this 0, 1 will be added with AL. Here the value of AL is nothing but here 4. Okay. So it will be loaded into BL. Okay. So here it is 5. And increment SI. So increment SI means the value of SI will be incremented. It becomes 2002. And here decrement CL. The value of CL will be decremented by 1. So here in order to perform this 1 square plus 2 square, totally we have got 5. Like that, in order to perform plus 3 square and 4 square, the same loop should be repeated up to the counter becomes 0. So this is how we have to perform the sum of squares operation. And once if the counter becomes 0, then INT03 instruction will be executed. So it represents end of the program. End of the program. So this is how we have to write the assembly language programs to perform multi-byte addition, subtraction and sum of squares. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.